The Barefoot Investor is a personal finance book written by Australian author Scott Pape. First published in 2016, it quickly became a bestseller and gained widespread acclaim for its practical and straightforward advice on managing money, eliminating debt, and building wealth. Scott Pape, also known as the Barefoot Investor, offers a unique and refreshing perspective on personal finance, blending humor, common sense, and actionable tips to help readers take control of their financial lives. The book is divided into simple and easy-to-follow steps, making it accessible to readers of all financial backgrounds. Chapter 1. Plant. In the inaugural chapter, Plant, Scott Pape sets the stage for listeners, establishing the fundamental principles of financial growth and stability. He begins by encouraging listeners to envision their financial future as a garden, one that requires careful nurturing and attention to flourish. Pape emphasizes the significance of starting small and taking consistent actions to sow the seeds of financial success. Through relatable anecdotes and engaging storytelling, Pape illustrates the power of incremental progress, highlighting the transformative impact that even modest efforts can have over time. Listeners are invited to reflect on their own financial habits and goals, considering how they can cultivate a mindset of abundance and possibility. Pape introduces listeners to the concept of compound interest, a powerful force that can amplify the growth of savings and investments over time. He explains how even small contributions made regularly can compound into significant wealth over the long term, underscoring the importance of consistency and patience in financial planning. By the end of the chapter, listeners are inspired to take action and begin planting the seeds of their financial future, armed with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Chapter 2. Domino. In Domino, Pape introduces listeners to the concept of the domino strategy, a systematic approach to tackling financial challenges and achieving goals. Drawing parallels between knocking down dominoes and achieving financial milestones, Pape emphasizes the importance of prioritizing debt reduction as the first domino to fall. Listeners are guided through practical strategies for paying off debt, including creating a debt repayment plan, negotiating lower interest rates, and consolidating debts where possible. Pape shares stories of individuals who have successfully eliminated debt using the domino strategy, inspiring listeners to take control of their own financial future. Through clear and concise explanations, Pape demystifies the process of debt reduction, empowering listeners to overcome obstacles and regain control of their finances. By the end of the chapter, listeners are equipped with the knowledge and motivation to begin knocking down their own financial dominoes, one by one. Chapter 3. Set. In Set, Scott Pape guides listeners through the process of setting up their financial infrastructure for success. With a clear and methodical approach, he breaks down the necessary steps for organizing finances and establishing a solid foundation for future growth. Pape encourages listeners to automate their finances wherever possible, simplifying the management of income and expenses. He explains the benefits of setting up separate bank accounts for different purposes, such as daily expenses, savings goals, and emergency funds. By compartmentalizing finances, listeners can gain clarity and control over their money, making it easier to track progress toward their financial goals. Throughout the chapter, Pape provides practical tips and actionable advice for optimizing financial systems and processes. From setting up automatic transfers to implementing budgeting tools, listeners learn how to streamline their finances and maximize efficiency. By the end of the chapter, listeners are equipped with the knowledge and tools to set themselves up for financial success, laying the groundwork for achieving their long-term goals. Chapter 4. Protect. In Protect, Scott Pape explores the importance of safeguarding one's financial future through appropriate insurance coverage. With his trademark blend of insight and humor, he navigates listeners through the complex world of insurance, demystifying key concepts and empowering them to make informed decisions. Pape discusses various types of insurance policies, including life insurance, health insurance, and home and contents insurance. He explains the purpose of each type of insurance and offers guidance on selecting the right coverage based on individual needs and circumstances. Through relatable examples and practical advice, Pape illustrates the importance of insurance in protecting against unexpected events and minimizing financial risk. He emphasizes the peace of mind that comes from having adequate insurance coverage in place, reassuring listeners that they can weather life's storms with confidence. By the end of the chapter, listeners have a deeper understanding of the role insurance plays in financial planning and are empowered to take proactive steps to protect themselves and their loved ones. Chapter 5. Grow. In Grow, Scott Pape delves into the world of investing, offering listeners practical guidance on building wealth through strategic investment strategies. With his signature blend of expertise and accessibility, he demystifies the investment process, making it accessible to listeners of all backgrounds. Pape begins by explaining the fundamentals of investing, including the importance of diversification, risk management, and long-term perspective. He discusses different investment options, such as stocks, bonds, and index funds, and provides guidance on selecting the right investments based on individual goals and risk tolerance. Throughout the chapter, Pape emphasizes the power of compound growth and the benefits of starting early and staying invested for the long term. He shares stories of successful investors who have achieved financial independence through disciplined saving and strategic investment decisions, inspiring listeners to follow in their footsteps. By the end of the chapter, listeners have a solid understanding of the principles of investing and are equipped with the knowledge and confidence to begin building wealth for their future. Chapter 6. Harvest. In Harvest, Scott Pape explores the concept of reaping the rewards of financial success and enjoying the fruits of one's labor. With his characteristic wit and wisdom, he guides listeners through the process of setting and achieving financial goals, balancing present enjoyment with future security. Pape discusses strategies for budgeting discretionary spending, prioritizing experiences over possessions, and finding fulfillment in life beyond material wealth. He emphasizes the importance of aligning spending with values and priorities, fostering a sense of gratitude and contentment in everyday life. Through relatable anecdotes and practical advice, Pape empowers listeners to take control of their financial destiny and live life on their own terms. He encourages listeners to celebrate their achievements, both big and small, and to savor the journey of financial growth and self-discovery. By the end of the chapter, listeners are inspired to cultivate a mindset of abundance and gratitude, embracing the richness of life beyond financial wealth. Chapter 7. Survive. In Survive, Scott Pape provides listeners with essential strategies for navigating financial setbacks and emergencies. With his characteristic blend of empathy and expertise, he offers practical advice for overcoming challenges and building resilience in the face of adversity. Pape begins by emphasizing the importance of building a robust financial safety net, including emergency funds and insurance coverage. He guides listeners through the process of creating an emergency savings fund, setting aside funds to cover unexpected expenses and weather financial storms. Throughout the chapter, Pape shares strategies for managing financial crises, such as job loss, illness, or unexpected expenses. He offers practical tips for prioritizing expenses, negotiating payment plans, and seeking support from family and community resources. By the end of the chapter, listeners have a comprehensive toolkit for surviving financial emergencies and emerging stronger on the other side. Pape instills confidence in listeners, reassuring them that they have the resilience and resourcefulness to overcome any obstacle that comes their way. Chapter 8. Fire. In the final chapter, Fire, Scott Pape inspires listeners to embrace financial independence and retire early. Fire. With his trademark blend of optimism and pragmatism, he shares stories of individuals who have achieved financial freedom through disciplined saving, strategic investing, and intentional living. Pape discusses the principles of financial independence, including living below one's means, maximizing savings rate, and investing wisely for the long term. He provides practical guidance on creating a financial independence plan, setting milestones, and tracking progress toward early retirement goals. Throughout the chapter, Pape encourages listeners to envision their ideal lifestyle and take proactive steps to design a life of freedom and fulfillment. He emphasizes the importance of aligning financial decisions with personal values and priorities, fostering a sense of purpose and meaning in everyday life. By the end of the chapter, listeners are inspired to pursue their own path to financial independence and early retirement, empowered by Pape's guidance and encouragement. These expanded details provide a deeper understanding of each chapter of The Barefoot Investor, offering practical guidance and actionable steps for listeners to achieve financial success and security. By following Pape's advice and implementing his strategies, listeners can take control of their finances and build a brighter financial future. Let me know if you need further expansion or have any specific requests.